Money has a pretty bad reputation, but people often lose track of what it allows us to do. The point of money, at the most basic level, is to help us track who has done favors for other people or for society and pay them back over time. Currency has enabled us to cooperate on a global scale in a way that we just wouldn't be able to do without it. Right now, money is effectively issued by nation-states, which has been pretty functional in many parts of the world, but it's also susceptible to failure. In the extreme, you could spend your whole life saving money, and over a very short period of time, it all just goes away.
The Corralito happened in 2001 in Argentina. The government decision was to confiscate everybody's funds and then devaluate the assets to 1/4 of the value. It was devastating.
Emerging markets go through periods of cyclicality where there is a tremendous amount of inflation. Keeping money under a mattress or whatever it may be, that's never going to go away. How do you address that?
I got excited about Bitcoin in 2011 because it looked like a way to track the ledger of favors that didn't depend on any functional government or banking institution. But anything that's as volatile as Bitcoin can't really be used as money. Nobody wants to put their savings in a currency that could be worth half as much in a few months. The challenge of designing an automated exchange rate peg, which is what a stable cryptocurrency will rely on at the beginning, is very difficult. And in the price-stable cryptocurrency field, there's been a huge rush amongst many teams to ship a product as quickly as possible. The problem with that is that if an exchange rate peg breaks, that's really bad for all of the users of that currency. Over the past 6 years, we've been building a multidisciplinary team of people who are really well suited to attack ambitious and complicated problems just like this.
Nevin and the reserve team, they're already accomplished in many respects. They're seeking to do something that's really audacious, and maybe why it appeals to me so much is that it really reminds me of what we were trying to do in the earliest days at PayPal.
The Reserve Protocol implements two tokens, the Reserve Token and the Reserve Rates Token. The Reserve Token is pegged initially to the US dollar so that it maintains a stable purchasing power, and the Reserve Rates Token is allowed to fluctuate. Something that excites us at Reserve is opening up a financial system and giving access to a lot of people who didn't have it before. And we keep looking at M-Pesa in Kenya as an example of the amount of transformation that can happen when you do that. M-Pesa is a mobile payments and savings service that was introduced about 15 years ago, and by now, something like 20 million people use it, and it's lifted 200,000 households out of poverty.
I think stablecoins give autonomy to people, and that's a very empowering tool, because now when somebody wants to change the rules, that autonomy, will create freer society.
You're always going to have dollars, you always have gold, but in this era of blockchain and crypto, why can't you have a crypto equivalent? That's where the stability of Reserve comes into play.
Currency is this enormous global institution, but ultimately what matters is the impact on people's individual lives. And our hope is that the level of cooperation and stability that we enjoy in most of the developed world really can be brought to the remainder of the world.